Hi, it's T with TeaQuilts, and I'm here using the Taj ruler by Angela Walters. I have already quilted this side of my quilt top, and I thought that I would show you how I am using this ruler on the remaining half of this border. It has lines here that you can use to line up on your seam line, and I found that my seam was very close back here, so I am actually going to use this line here on my ruler, so as I'm quilting it will not get close to the 1/4 inch measurement when I put my binding on. So I am just going to go around this ruler. I do have my ruler base on my machine as well. I am doing the curve around the top option, not the point. And then when I get to the seam line here, I just go ahead and switch my ruler over. What happens is you get this nice little overlapping that happens. If I was using the bottom line, you would get more of an overlap. Okay, so now I have taken my ruler from one side and just transferred it over to the other side, making sure that I'm using the correct line measurements on my ditch, and then I continue to stitch this with that slight overlapping of my stitches. And I will continue to do this all the way to the end, and when I get to the end, I'll come back and show you my next step. So my first one shouldn't overlap at all on the left. So now I'm going to move my ruler here, and it should be center of this one. So I'm just going to slide down just a little. That's where you use your fudge factor. And I'm using this line here, estimating that that's the center where I want to stitch. So then on my next one, I'm just going to slide down in the ditch and now go up. So that's how you can fudge it and make it fit your border as well. And then I work my way back into the center of the quilt. So I will show you how this is looking. So let me move the thread out of the way and then just roll so you can see how accurate the border is. And I would have never gotten that with free motion. Just beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. So the thing is I will be able to do this on the bottom of my quilt, and then when I do the sides, I will either have to do a continuous roll where I'm rolling as I use the tool, or I can take my quilt off, turn it the other direction and put it back on, and then do my top and bottom borders. And I think that that's the method that I'm going to use for this ruler. So my first impressions of the Taj ruler by Angela Walters is a very good ruler. I don't know what I'm going to quilt in the other spaces, but I sure enjoyed using it in this outer border. Aligning these two inner lines up on my seam line, and I'm going back across this ruler. So these almost look like they're straight lines, kind of like what I quilted up here. But this ruler gave me the angle for them, although they got a little curve in them. But that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like it could have just been the same checkerboard I was trying to do up in the upper part. So let me show you that. Okay, so I did this with a straight ruler, and this kind of looks like that, just with rounded tops and a little S-ing into it. So you can't tell if I was trying to do straight lines or not. So I don't know if I particularly like this. Okay, so I have one more thing that I was using the Taj ruler for, And I'm hoping that you can see it if I have the camera over on this side of my machine. But it has some little nick marks, and I have been rotating this machine so that I put these marks onto the seam line, and then just stitching kind of this little crescent shape in this border here. So I just wanted to show you that step. Okay, so once I'm tied on, I'm tilting this so that this mark here and then these marks over here are on my seam line, and I'm just abutting them up next to each other. So I'm hoping that this will help for you to see instead of putting it straight on the center, hopefully. Okay, so here's my shape kind of here, and it's not doing a whole lot, but I am just actually experimenting with these rulers on my project so that I will know what the ruler can and cannot do. And I know if I do this in the future that it needs to be on a wider border for sure if I want to turn it sideways. But again, it's different over me having to freehand something into the sashing, so it's okay. It's all a learning experience, and I'm hoping, yes, that I can get one more before I have to stop. So I'm here just to do a wrap up of this quilt top that I've quilted, just to show you the entire quilt. The pattern is called Staycation, and it's by Lynn Brown, I think. And I think it's a for purchase pattern at this point. When I got it in 2010, it was actually a free pattern. A lot of designers will put things out for free on the internet for a period of time as pattern testers. And then they also make it a pattern at some particular point in time. So I just wanted to come out and show you the quilting up close and to get a full shot. Today is kind of cold outside and it's breezy, so we're gonna have to work with me a little bit here. So now that we are up close, you can kind of see all of the different border stitching that I had going on. You can now see where I've added the 3 little lines in the middle of each of those center shapes. And then this is the actual quilting that I did, free motion style, inside of the quilt. And I used variegated orange yellowish thread for the quilting. So that concludes this video, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.